Hey y'all. Hey Connie. Hey Elroy. How are you guys? Hopefully everybody's doing good and having a good Tuesday. I missed you guys, and so I'm here. And we're gonna talk about some stuff that's been going on in the news lately. So I'm gonna give the notification just a few minutes to go out so we can get some more people in the room. Hey Samuel. But hopefully everybody is having a good Tuesday. Hey Lavon. And hopefully y'all are excited about the upcoming holiday, particularly if you are off work, because I know that I am. Looking forward to spending time with my family. My sister just got in town today. She already getting on my nerves. So y'all know how that is. I know, right, Lavon? I've been missing in action, man. I've been on the go. But I'm back. And I'm happy to be here because I definitely miss talking to you guys. And hopefully, if my family doesn't have me too hemmed up, I'll be making some more content this week. But I've been brainstorming on some stuff that I want to do to like expand my platform and this and the other. So within the next few weeks, I'll be talking to you guys about that stuff. Hey Black Introvert. Hey Edward. How are you? Thank you. But yeah, y'all. So it's been a lot going on. You had the most recent Democratic debates. Did any of y'all catch any of that? I caught a couple of highlights. But where I'm with it right now, like my brain can only process so much of the same like humdrum, same theme for so long. So I'm kind of waiting until it like narrows down a little bit more. And then when we can really see like who some of the final contenders will be, and then I think my brain will kind of be able to like to like pick back up on it or whatever. But you've had that, and then there was something else I was gonna say that's been happening. Oh, and the impeachment hearings as well. I've kind of been, listening to some clips and stuff here and there. Hey Akeem. But kind of as time winds down and we really see like which way this stuff is gonna go, then I'll more so come in and just like drop my thoughts or whatever. But right now I just feel like all of this stuff is basically like run-of-the-mill, just fodder right now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Connie said the Democrats are in big trouble if all they have to offer are these fools. Like, that's literally what I was just thinking today. I'm like, I'm so uninspired. Like, it's just nothing that just catches my attention. I don't think anybody is particularly standing out. Then you have talking about, now I think I want to run for 2020. And it's like, where have you been? Like, what are you doing? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think a lot of people honestly feel like that. My prediction is I think the voting numbers are going to be down this time around. That's what I think. Because I just think you have a lot of people that just aren't seeing necessarily what they want to see in a candidate or whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's my prediction or whatever. But y'all, first of all, so let me just throw this in here real quick, because I know I often talk about like the whole sports thing and how you have transgender people really trying to make headwaves in sports and change the face of sports as we know it, particularly women's sports. And so this video went viral this week. And let me show y'all these just in case you haven't seen it.
At 6'2", weighing 100 kilos and blessed with a mighty kicking boot, Hannah Mounsey should have been a shoo-in to play at the elite level of the women's Aussie Rules competition. But late last year, the AFL said no, deciding she was too much of a physical threat to her opponents. Hannah believes there's another reason though.
Just put the switch. Like, look at this.
At 6'2",
I mean, like, come on. Like 6'2". How many 6'2" women do y'all know? Like, look at this. Then even a little music selection that they pick got me cracking up.
To her opponents.
Like, because you definitely, at this point, you coming in, you flipping the script, flipping the switch, whatever, however the song goes. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Like, I'm like, what is really going on? Hey, Cajun. Hey, Helena. Hey, Q Bleezy. I'm like, man. Like, look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Like, I wouldn't even put myself in this position. You have people getting their skulls crushed in, trying to, I mean, like, bro, like, come on. Like, at some point, just good logic has to kick in. Keeping people safe has to kick in. I'm like, look at this. You are towering over these people. And just imagine how strong this person is. Like, people can try to deny it all they freaking want. They can try to deny it all they want. I literally remember. I remember being younger, and you know, I'm the oldest, and my brother, he's like 4 years younger than me. So at some point, my brother was smaller than me, shorter than me. all these other things. And so, your kids, like you fight, you rumble over dumb things, stupid things. Sometimes it just makes no sense. I mean, we're probably fighting over, who's going to get to watch the TV now, who gets the remote, the last bag of chips, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, and I will never forget, man, the last time. I think my brother was probably like a teenager by this point, probably like a preteen. And I tried to step to him. And I was still, I think, like bigger than him. You know what I mean? I was still bigger than him. But man, this boy stepped up to me and he trying to act all tough and stuff like that. And I think he either like chest bumped me or pushed me or something like that. And I swear to y'all, that was the last time. That was the last time I was like, you know what? I ain't messing with it no more. So that whole little phase of like bullying little brother, picking on little brother, you know what I mean? All that went out the window at some point. And I mean, rightfully so, because at some point, naturally, you have those physical components that are going to change. And those physical components that are going to change. And even though my brother was like shorter than me at the time, or possibly we were probably about the same height at this time, now he's like way towering over me. And I'm like, I'm the oldest and I'm the shortest now. But those dynamics are going to change, and rightfully so, because at some point the men, testosterone and all these other things start kicking in, and it's like, yeah, you ain't the big girl on campus, you know what I'm saying, walking around here anymore. So it's like, I can't even imagine. And there's literally a clip. I'm going to have to go back and find that clip, and I'll end up posting it somewhere. But it's a clip of Serena Williams, and she was like on a late night show talking to a host. And she was like, it's like, I'm not even going to lie, it's no way I could compete with the men, in the counter tennis, like, the people that she would have to play against if she was playing men. She's like, there's no way. I'm not going to lie to you. I couldn't compete. I couldn't keep up. And we're talking Serena freaking Williams. This is one of the highest level female athletes, probably the highest to ever walk the freaking earth. This lady is the epitome of athleticism. And even she admits, like, yo, I couldn't compete with men. Like, no way. And so for her to be able to say that, and her to be into sports, doing this, and be able to say that on this type of platform, and you have people sitting at home acting like this is all cool. Like, I just, I don't know. So I'm really hoping, you have people coming out and that are speaking up against this, but you still have people that are also pushing this forward. And ultimately, it's going to change the landscape of women's athletics, period. Black Introvert says Serena can beat men. Absolutely. I'm sure she could beat some men. I mean, of course, she can beat the men sitting at home on the couch. She can probably compete with some of the men in the lower level of tennis. But what she was saying is, it's no way that I'm at the top. Like, I'm at the top of the food chain for female athletes. It's no way I can compete with the men at the top of the chain for male athletes. She can compete, but if we're talking about people in that same level of athleticism, no, it's not gonna, no way. And she admitted this herself. This is not me, projecting this onto her. She said this out of her own mouth. So, I would believe she would understand and accept her own capabilities. And that's why I said I'm going to have to go back and find that clip. It's probably deep off somewhere because they're like, we can't have Serena Williams, a top female athlete, coming out saying this. No telling. I tried to look for it earlier, but I couldn't find it. So I have to do some deeper searching. But we're talking about, come on, man. Oh boy. But so let me tell y'all. Let me see. So Kamala Harris, she is just so funny to me. And I really can't just exactly say why it is. Maybe because she comes off not very just like her authentic self. She comes across very kind of robotic and calculated. And to me, I don't know, it's kind of awkward and funny. But anyway, so I'm like, I came across this the other day. So Kamala Harris goes to sit with Nick Cannon. And y'all, okay, I don't even know where to start. First of all, let's start with the name of this video. Kamala Harris wants to legalize weed and expunge felonies. Kamala Harris wants to legalize weed and expunge felonies. So she's going to talk to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is basically, he's a hip hop artist directly tied to hip hop culture. Is going to have a very urban demographic. And this is how you choose to title the video. Just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe I'm too serious, or maybe I just make a big deal out of things. I don't know. But I just feel some type of way about this. I feel some type of way. This goes into the boat of the pandering, right? We know Black people are going to be watching this. What do Black people care about? Weed and felonies. That'll get them to watch. At this point, who the heck is in your ear? Who is talking to you? It's borderline offensive. Black introverts said they need viewers to click. This video has 6,000 views. That's not a lot. They need people to click. But even this, what does it insinuate and say about the people that you want to click and you want to view? It's very offensive. And I really try my best to be very consistent, right? And if this was to be on another platform, people would be bothered by this, and rightfully so. But when you have certain people doing it, like you have Nick Cannon or you have an Angela Rye or you have a whatever, it's okay for them to peddle these same BS stereotypes and these same, biases, and then it's totally fine. It's totally okay. When Roland Martin gets up there and does the dancing and asks about the chicken and stuff like that, it's okay. But if it was a Tucker Carlson or a freaking, I don't know, anybody, Joe Rogan, you would see all the freaking protests, the whole media, social media will be up in arms talking about it. How dare you ask our candidates about weed and chicken and beer? So my thing is keep that same energy. I've told y'all how I feel about these candidates even letting hip hop artists and comedians and stuff like this be the voice and the platforms for these things anyway. I'm just like completely over that, whether I agree with a person or not. I've said this several times because it sets a very weird, just not good precedent. And we start to actually believe that these people like Charlemagne are politically savvy, and not so much. Not so much. This also insinuates that Black people, or not even just Black people, but particularly the demographic watching this, we don't care about things like education, jobs, healthcare, poverty, and things like this. I don't know. But anyway, so she's been making her rounds this past week, these past couple of days, making her rounds on hip hop circuits. As y'all can see, she's meeting with Uncle Luke. See, these are the things they go talk to Black people about, defining Blackness. You're going to have a whole segment with her about this. She's obviously, if y'all have been watching any of her interviews lately, she's trying to recoup whatever messaging she's felt like she's lost with the Black demographic. So now she's, going around trying to regain this Blackness thing, when I personally thought we've already moved past this. It had nothing to do with how Black or how not Black she is, but her policies, things she's done, and lack thereof. But you have people like these people that have completely conflated the issues to try to trick people, and it's like, no, like, we're smarter than that. Like, stop. But it's the same way I posted. Hold on, let me show y'all. I posted this video on my Instagram. Let me see if I can show it. With Angela Rye, and just the kind of questions they ask. Like, she's at a HBCU. Let me see if I can play this real quick for y'all. It's the same type of thing.
Either or. You ready? The baby or Snoop? Okay. Popeye or Chick-fil-A? Oh, Popeye. Okay. What about Domino's or poker? Okay. Netflix and chill or Broadway and dinner? Oh, Netflix and chill. Okay. What about Lizzo or Megan Stallion?
Like, do y'all see what I mean here? Do y'all see what I mean? And people don't bat an eye. People don't bat an eye because it's Angela Rod that is the face of this. It's Nick Cannon that is the face of this. It's a Roland Martin that is the face of this. But these same people will throw up all kind of freaking picket signs had this been a white face. My thing is, keep that same energy. I used to listen to the Ricky Smiley show. Whatever, as I would drive to work. I literally like can't even listen to the show anymore because I think it's on Tuesdays. They would do like these paternity test type things or whatever. And they would have these people calling in. And this is one particular guy that's like a character that calls in. I can't remember the name of the guy. And the whole time, what up, Shawty? What up? What up? And they just like the whole time he's talking, it's like it's a freaking minstrel show. That's exactly what it is. Like, I'm not gonna call it something different because you have a freaking Ricky Smiley as a face of this. You would be so offended. I don't know if y'all remember. This was like a while ago, and it was so long ago that I now can't remember if this was like in my state or if this was in another state. I can't even remember. But it was a white politician that was running for office. And there were no signs up of the person's face anywhere. They would just put their name. And the signs would say like, for the people or something like that, for us or something like that. And then this particular commercial that he had some black women on there doing the girlfriend talk, right? Girl, you ain't gonna believe who running for office. You know who I'm voting for. You know, whatever the languaging is. And I think the guy, I can't remember if he ended up winning or not, but it basically came out to the public because people ended up being offended because it's like, but how do you even characterize that, right? Like, how do you even word it? Because it's like, you trying to get over on us, but it's like, so I don't know. But my thing is, so people were very offended by that. People were very taken back when that guy, that particular politician did that. I can't remember his name or whatever. This was like, I think like a couple of years ago. But people were up in arms. But my thing is, keep that same energy. I just hate when it's obviously pandering. I just don't like that. You have Elizabeth Warren coming to a freaking HBCU and you're asking this lady Snoop Dogg or the baby. You're asking her Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. And don't even get me started on the fact that to be politically correct in this HBCU environment, let's not sit here and act like she could have said Chick-fil-A, even if she prefers Chick-fil-A. Like, let's keep it real. So the insult to our intelligence continues, and it's offensive. And it's no way if I had access to these candidates. Like, these are people, real lives that we're dealing with. This particular election, people are feeling something different. People are becoming a lot more politically savvy, and you still have the mainstream media that has it not clicked? Do y'all not understand? Are y'all not understanding what we're saying? Do you get we're not playing with y'all? Like, we're not playing this time around. Like, it's real out here, and you still have these politicians using the same marketing tactics from 2016 and before. What are y'all not understanding? Like, it's just crazy. And then you have Charlemagne now. He's teaming up with Kamala Harris to do some type of mental health legislation all of a sudden. I mean, honestly, as far as marketing strategy, I think that was pretty smart on her behalf, because Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club has been doing all this talk about mental health. You're trying to get his audience. You're trying to attach yourself to him, yourself to him. You know, why not do that to make your campaign look good? That's fine. That's fine. Those are issues people actually care about. But all the pandering and the weed and felonies for clickbait, I'm just over it. I'm just over it. Helena J said the gatekeepers are joining forces, shaking my head. Absolutely. Absolutely. Levon said, why you think independent podcasts are emerging? Because people are so tired of this. People are tired of being insulted. People are tired of not being listened to. Like, you have people coming out telling these commentators, these talking heads, that's not it. And they seem to double down. And it's like, what are y'all not getting? It's like, what are y'all not getting? And it's sad that these people have such a monopoly on the media. It's very unfortunate. You have people trying to push through, and I'm hoping that either between Trump or Tulsi Gabbard, something is going to happen between YouTube and Google and Facebook, and how these people are able to shadow ban people and basically digital book burn and all these other things, and limit our access to information and stuff like that. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Sometimes I'd be like, man, I don't know. I just be looking. I just be watching. I can't even say that I just have like hope that these things will happen. I just be looking. But yes, Lavon said, hey V8. Lavon said, breakfast slums are a joke. Even Judge Joe Brown is calling them out. Y'all, I think I've said this before. If you are not following Judge Joe Brown on Twitter, you like have to follow him. He's like probably my top favorite person on Twitter. But if he goes on there, I will be so happy. I don't think they're gonna let him. I don't think the establishment, the people, because Judge O'Brien is a very no nonsense type of person. He keeps it real. He does not sugarcoat. They still will not give this man a blue check on Twitter because of the positions that he takes. Thank you, Lockbird. Lockbird said, love that expression. Digital book burn. But Judge O'Brien is just a straight up, like, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm going to keep it how it is. He's very, he always talks about this movement to, like, promote masculinity and things like this. And I think the Breakfast Club is going to chicken out. I think they're going to chicken out. So we'll see what happens. And y'all know how I say the media, they're gatekeepers. These big time media personalities, they have people over them saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have these people on, or that's not the direction we're going, or whatever the case may be. So, but the Miss Ham Pookie said Joe Brown didn't become pro-black until 65. I wasn't like super, I don't really watch Judge shows, so I wasn't really like super into his show, so I can't agree nor disagree with that. But okay, y'all, so let's talk about MSNBC real quick, because I literally can't, like, this is what I mean. We're telling people, we're showing them, we're telling them what we care about, what we don't care about, and yet you still have people pushing Russia. You still have people pushing Russia. Like, so your girl Joy Reid over at MSNBC, Joy AM. Let me show y'all real quick.
After analyzing more than 1,700 stories from Russian state media outlets, researchers found that Tulsi Gabbard, not so surprisingly, received the most favorable mentions among the 2020 field. Joining me now is Clint Watts, former FBI agent and research fellow, and he's the research fellow responsible for the report. So, Clint, we were just talking a little bit about it in the break. So, Tulsi is getting the most positive focus.
Yeah, out of all the mentions that we've looked at, she doesn't receive an overwhelming amount, but what she does is far more positive than what we've seen of the other candidates.
And what are the mentions like? Like, talking about her in what way?
Mostly in terms of her rhetoric that she says about the U.S. government, its war stance, that it is aggressive or imperialist. That's sort of the nature of it. That the U.S. should stay out of places like Syria, which matches what Russia wants. Russia does not want the U.S. in Syria anymore. And that really we should withdraw from the world, which is a message that Russia wants Americans saying to Americans. So it's a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, she uses the term regime change wars a lot, which is a common term, in my understanding, of the way that Russia talks about the United States.
If you listen to that rhetoric, you would think that the U.S. started a war in Syria, which...
Boy, I gotta go back.
Arab Spring, if you remember...
I gotta go back.
You would think that the U.S. started a war in Syria.
Back. Oops. Let's see.
Common term, in my understanding, of the way that Russia talks about the United States.
If you listen to that rhetoric, you would think that the U.S. started a war.
Regime change war is a common term. In a way that Russia talks about. Like, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. Then they go on, y'all. They have a whole chart of who Russia favors more and who Russia does not favor. Like, look at this. So is this how we're voting now? Solely based on, Russia bad. Russia agrees with Gabbard and Harris more, so certainly can't vote for them. Like, y'all are still doing this. Russia has become the freaking big boogeyman. And anytime you want to divert attention, scare people, make them not use their brain, make them crap their pants, just say Russia. Just say Russia. Like, I literally imagine the people in the back that be like on a little headsets talking to people. They probably literally be back there like, you didn't say Russia today. Say something about Russia. Like, they sit here and break down. They sit here and break down the support. And then, first of all, you're getting this from RT and Sputnik News. So you pick two sources to figure out who a whole Russia is supporting. That's what you're telling me. This is the most insane thing ever. That's like a reporter in Canada or a reporter in Russia looking at Vice News and looking at Bloomberg News and trying to weigh a an entire election by two news sources. Do y'all see how completely idiotic that is? Completely ridiculous. People are not going to look at this. People are not going to read RT and Sputnik News. They're not going to read that. They're going to just hear her saying Russia. And you continue planting this in our minds. And then you go on to regime change war. Russia says that. Russia uses that terminology. Do the people in Russia eat breakfast? Because we eat breakfast here too. Like, do the people in Russia take showers? Because we take showers here too. Y'all. The assault. They are assaulting our intelligence at this point. They are beating us over the head. They think we are completely idiotic. And they continue to double down on this foolishness. God forbid that a candidate actually want peace. God forbid that a candidate maybe saw a need. I actually, in a lot of ways, think this was smart, particularly on Tulsi Gabbard, to craft her. Now, we know some of their positions and ideologies are overlapping. I know that. But the way she's kind of crafted her campaign to stand out among the fray, her and Andrew Yang in particular, right? They kind of have their own individual platforms where everybody else is kind of talking about the same exact things, right? But to all connect this back in, oh my God, Russia, the fear mongering, the propaganda, like people are tired of it and they don't care. They don't care. And this is why mainstream media will continue to fail. This is why MSNBC is dead last after Fox News and CNN. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired of Russia. I'm tired of Russia. I'm tired of hearing that thrown out is just a scare tactic. I'm tired of it. That is one word that I will be totally fine going into 2020, never hearing again. Russia. That along with bots, that along with people of color, that along with, I don't know. What's some other words, y'all, that they've like been beating us over the head with that y'all could be like totally cool not ever having to hear those words going into 2020? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are there any words that come to mind? Those are like my top 3. Like every time I hear those words now, I just cringe, and I know whatever is coming after those words, like Introvert said dreamers, Meg Hill said quid pro quo, Helena said racist, fascist, Nazi, Aria said white supremacy, the Midtown Pookie said DACA, Derek said privilege. Chico said trade war. Like, at this point, and those are like some good words that y'all are saying. Oh my God. Intersectionality. Abso-freaking-lutely. I totally agree with that one. Xenophobic. Illegitimate president. Impeachment. Gender neutral. I I have to give it to Levon and Tassetti are going at the top of my list. Like, gender neutral and intersectionality, or yeah, Helena J, gender fluid. Y'all have some good ones. But a lot of those words at this point, it's like we're in a freaking echo chamber, and they just scream those words at us when they want to evoke certain emotions and completely remove all logic. And for the people like us who actually care about the issues, we care about what's happening, we want to hear in-depth analysis. We don't just want a bunch of political fodder thrown at us. Elijah said fake news, and Lavon said cis or binary. But like, y'all are completely right. Like, pretty much all of those words have been used in that way to emotionalize us, to galvanize us, instead of sticking to the real issues and treating us like smart people that understand things. Instead, they package and wrap their slogans up into they wrap their policy and platforms up into these scare tactic slogans. So Max said, I still don't know who the hell made up cis. I know, right? Like, but yeah, so I'm with y'all. I'm 100% with y'all. Like, I would be totally cool going into 2020, like, never hearing some of those words ever again. And the crazy part about it is, what people don't understand is that you can still convey the same concept with the actual freaking message. You don't have to Russia us to death. Just tell us, because to me, when they use these trigger words, I automatically walk from that segment in an unfavorable way, because to me, you're trying to emotionalize me. Instead of using those scare tactics, you can present the same concept, but actually present the concept without just hitting us with scare tactics. And I think a lot of people would be way more favorable to understanding things, digesting things, being more willing to listen and hear other people's perspectives. But you don't want to just be hit with a lot of BS. Like, even with this whole transgender athlete thing, like I was talking about earlier, I recently watched this Breakfast Club interview with this guy named Flame or something like that. If y'all know who I'm talking about in the comments, let me know. Flame Monroe, I think that's his name. But he's like transgender slash cross dresser type thing going on, slash entertainer. And he was basically responding to the Malik Yoba interview. And if y'all don't remember, Malik Yoba was the one who was saying things like trans attracted. You know, they use all this terminology. And he was basically saying how trans women are real women, and just all these other things, and these, you know, trying to talk around things. And people, like, you know, it was just, people just didn't take that interview well with Malik Yoba. If you go back to the Breakfast Club interview, it has a lot of thumbs down. People just really didn't like it. Conversely, you have a transgender person here, goes on the same platform, same audience, right? But when he talks and just puts things on the table in a way that is like, that sounds logical, that sounds like the truth, people, even that may not agree with how he dresses, who he is as a person, whatever, blah, 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 can still rationalize, well, at the very least, you make a lot of sense. You don't seem to lie. You don't seem to project. You don't seem to hide behind all of this terminology. And y'all can go see the way people digested those two different interviews. Even though they were talking about very similar concepts, people reacted totally different, if that makes sense. And so I don't think most people, are just hateful people, are not willing to listen, or evil people, but people just want to be able to hear stuff in a way that's logical, that does not just throw all this terminology at them, that does not throw all this fluff at them and things like that. And if that makes sense. Cajun, I promise I put the information in the description box. I don't know why it's not showing. Hold on, let me see. And I don't even know if I could go back and do it now. Hold on. But like, people are not crazy. People are looking for different sources of information. People don't want to be told that their eyes are, betraying them, or what we know to be true just isn't true, just for the simple fact of appeasing a few people. So let me drop this I'm gonna put this in a chat, Cajun, because I put it in a description, but sometimes my thing acts wonky. But what I really can't wait to see is that, from what I've seen so far, going into like the primaries and all that stuff, I think the Democrats have totally just chosen to completely double down on all of their previous strategies. I feel like the only people trying to do anything kind of like different, are more like the newcomers, the new faces and stuff like that. But what's going to be really interesting to see is to see if this doesn't work and Trump wins 2020. It's going to be super interesting to see how the heck are they going to bounce back from that, right? Because you lost 2016, you doubled down, y'all doing the same janky, weird stuff that Hillary Clinton was doing. It's like nobody learned nothing from that whole experience. And it's like, y'all gonna have to completely regroup. So, but we'll see what happens. And then you have Michael Bloomberg and Deval Patrick, right? Putting their hats in a ring. This is like 3 months, like before the first primaries. Michael Bloomberg was the mayor of New York City. And Deval Patrick was like the governor of Massachusetts, and then he worked under like the Bill Clinton campaign for a little while as well. I'm like, Like, no strategy. No strategy at all. I mean, who is advising y'all? Who has their ears like to the streets? Who is advising y'all? Who is telling y'all to do these things? Like, I just don't get it. And so you come in at the umpteenth hour. This man's like a freaking billionaire. I think he's like maybe like the 5th richest person in America, if I'm not mistaken. But and the crazy part about it is another thing that shows me these people don't have strategy. First of all, this man went from Democrat to he was a Republican mayor to an independent to now he's running as a Democratic nominee, right? Not only that, then you're a billionaire. Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are about to eat this man for lunch. Like, what type of strategy do you have? We're in the era where to hate billionaires is very popular. You are literally giving them freaking air to their wings, wind to their wings. Like, I cannot make this make sense to me. Max said Bloomberg is a play by the DNC. He's the only one with money who can pay for attack ads on Trump. He's not a real candidate. Mac, that makes so much sense to me. I did not even consider that. That makes so much sense to me because I'm like, you're coming in at the last minute. Your name recognition is not there. Not this late in the game, right? And then once you actually Google things, I was looking at this today. Let me show y'all. Oh, really? Hold on. Am I on the right thing? I'm on Google. Let's see. Oh, they switched up the game. Stop. Hold on, y'all. I just saw it earlier. When I Googled this man's name earlier and pulled up gun control and climate change, I saw this on Twitter somewhere today. Let me make sure. When I pull up gun control and climate change, the Bloomberg ads pop up right at the top. This is crazy because I literally just checked this probably like 15 minutes before I went live and it was there. And now I don't see it. But anyway, so not too long before I came on and talked to y'all, you go to Google, I gotta start screenshotting stuff. And it might, I don't want to like completely just jump out there. But I feel like now it's not happening because my computer knows I'm live. And it's like, yeah, what you really trying to do? But anyway, so when I looked earlier and you search gun control, so y'all try it later. Go on Google gun control and Google climate change. And earlier when I did this, the Bloomberg ads propped right at the top. Like right there. Like literally the number one thing there. And I'm like, this is interesting. And not only is this interesting, what does this say about the way that billionaires and people with this type of money are able to influence elections? So paid targeted ads plus billionaire equals, targeted search results, optimized search results. Bam, there you go. The Bloomberg ads. So what Max said makes a lot of sense. Like, now you have the money, so every time I search something, it's like, join me. Let's beat Trump. Let's do this. And it's right there at the top. So y'all know recently, Twitter, I don't know if they've done this yet. Y'all let me know. But I know Twitter was in talks about removing political ads from their platform and kind of going against the grain. From Facebook. It's like Lava said, no one with this type of money has ran for president. And just think about even him to have that confidence and that security, like, bam, I could come in at the last minute and do what I want. But I just don't foresee him having a real solid chance of winning because of the lack of name recognition, and because particularly Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are going to have a field day. They're going to be like, dude, you the reason why we're up here. You're the person we're talking out against. You know what I mean? And for that to be, I think particularly Bernie Sanders, for that, there should be no billionaires, for that to be his main talking point. I mean, come on now. You just giving a man easy layups at this point. But what I was saying about Twitter, these are my thoughts, but let me know what y'all think. So Twitter has already or is going to ban political ads. Now, in essence, I think in a perfect world, that would be perfect, because you have to do the work. You have to reach people, and you have to grow your base organically, right? So you literally have to reach people. The problem comes in is that where it's not fair is that if you are shadow banning people, if you are shadow banning certain information, if you are propping up, escalating, and de-escalating certain trends, plus not having political ads, that's where it becomes a problem. Because now you're making it nearly impossible for anyone that doesn't follow your agenda. You're making it nearly impossible for the new faces, the newcomers, or anybody with a different platform or different ideas to get their ideas out there. Carl said the problem is dark money. Max said Twitter is banning ads because Trump is so big on Twitter, they don't want him to be able to retweet grassroots pro-Trump ads. I think, like I said, in a perfect world, if you didn't have like all the, shifty stuff that Twitter was actually doing, I think that could be a good thing, because it's like, you have to work hard. You have to try to reach people by what you're doing. You have to grow your base locally. You have to get other people campaigning for you, and getting your name buzzing and things like this. But now I just don't even know like how that's going to work. And in a way, paying to reach people, or you have the money to reach a bigger amount of people, in some ways kind of removes that level of choice, because everything becomes so highly optimized and targeted. Think about how they already target us with certain messages, certain, propaganda and stuff like that. And then you have these, you have a Michael Bloomberg that could just come in and drop millions of dollars and completely sew up all of the advertisement, and just completely oversaturate political advertisements. So, in essence, I definitely think there's some pros and cons to that. Carr said big companies want globalism and they work with banks to manipulate society. So isn't Google like supposed to be doing like their own like banking system coming up soon or something like that? I recently think I saw something about that. I was like, you have Google, I think, trying to do some type of bank or some type of like bank checking system. You have Amazon, getting ready to do these grocery stores. It's so much going on. And then on top of that, you have like the Bloombergs, that you have the Bloombergs that own freaking news publications. You have the Comcast that you're going through litigation, but you can pay people to write articles or promote articles in your favor and stuff like this. And it's like, what's really going on? What's really going on? These companies, in some ways, they have their hand in every facet of our lives, from the advertising to the politics to the banking to the grocery stores. And that's kind of scary, y'all. That's kind of scary. Levon said Google better not use bank systems. China is watching and going to steal y'all money. Elijah said, unfortunately, we live in a world that runs on money. The only way we're going to be able to fight this is with our own political system, with people we put in place. And that's the thing. This election, Elijah, is literally supposed to be about, if anything, what the people want. But to just look at what the DNC is doing and are even able to do right in front of our freaking faces, after we already saw what happened in 2016, it's a travesty, honestly. It's a travesty. It's offensive. It's scary. And a lot of people are fed up. Some people are politically fatigued. Some people are politically fatigued. They're just over it. They don't feel like things are going to change. And some people are mad. Some people are mad. Some people are angry. And that anger, if you have enough people to get angry enough, could turn into some crazy things. Thank you, Andre. But Cameron Stay said next is going to be the chip in your arm. And I read not long ago that they're already doing that in some country, like making everything quicker. I get freaked out when I log on to like a website and they are advertising stuff to me that I bought physically in the store. Like, how do you know what I'm buying? All these different websites, they're linking to my credit card information, obviously. But it's scary. I just posted. If y'all are not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Rhonda Mary Vids, Vids. But I just posted something yesterday about now they are literally in, I believe this is New York, trying to make it where they can inject your child with the HPV vaccine, your child in freaking elementary school, like without the parents' permission. Like, and so I'm just here trying to get people to put the pieces together and see what's happening on every level, from our medicine to our advertisements to our privacy to the politics. They want their hand in every pot. And this is why I'm a very, very limited government type of person. Particularly how we've seen how overreach has impacted and really hurt Black communities in particular. But these people have their hands in every freaking pot, and it's scary. And people that are not paying attention, you're going to wake up 5-10 years from now, your head is going to be swiveling. You're going to be so confused because you're going to be like, how in the world did I end up here? But it's happening. Everything is happening right now. It's already happening. Don't ever be that person to be like, that could never happen in America. It's already happening. All of this, literally every single thing y'all say could never happen in America, it's already happening. It's just happening on a small scale. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. Look at what's happening to people for speaking their minds. People, and not even some of those more what people would consider more polarizing or offensive things. But now even a person like me who's actually very in the middle could be ostracized for just expressing myself, using freedom of speech. Look at the freaking red flag laws. Look at the red flag laws and what's happening. Look at DC. They're getting ready to put up hundreds of cameras in DC right now to catch more criminals. They're going to just start putting up cameras. You got all these cities trying to do facial recognition. Amazon, I believe, is working with the government to do facial recognition. They're linking all of your credit cards to all of your advertising and your information. It's happening right now, y'all. All of it. It's happening right here, right now. So don't ever be the person to say it can't happen here. They're injecting your children with stuff at these schools without the freaking parents' permission. It's already happening. Just remember that. So anytime you ever hear somebody say, oh, that can never happen in America, we've got the Constitution. These people passing the most unconstitutional laws every freaking day. You got a dude eating a sandwich at a where was the guy? Train station or something. And the police telling him, I'm going to take you to jail. You have all these police enforcing these unconstitutional laws, trying to take every freaking freedom, trying to make us a bunch of zombies and robots. Everybody think the same, walk the same, act the same, walking in straight line the same. What does that sound like? Sound like communism to me. So y'all just remember, the next time somebody be like, that can never happen here. Sir, ma'am, it's already happening. We're just slowly getting there. That's the only difference. It's already happening. But it was crazy. Carr said Bloomberg tried to ban salt and sugary drinks in NYC. And y'all, it's ridiculous. I just post some of the stuff. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Run the Mayor Vids. I just post some of the most ridiculous stuff. And you just be like, they really trying to do this? Like trying to tax drinks. I think that was happening in California too, trying to tax sodas out of oblivion, basically to discourage people from drinking sodas. Like, y'all must forgot people used to go to war over things like this. Literally. But, all right, y'all. So, I have family here for the holidays or whatever. So, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off so I can spend some time with family. Thank y'all for tuning in, always rocking with me every Tuesday. Thank y'all so much for everybody that's super chatted. Thank y'all for the people that support my channel, even on the days that I don't post. I will get like Cash Apps and PayPals. Thank y'all so much for that. I really appreciate it. Y'all know y'all are like the best. Awesome. I'll never stop saying it. I don't care how many subscribers I ever get or don't get, because like I just never take that for granted. But I really hope that you guys enjoy your time off this week. You enjoy your time with family. Y'all know I'm a huge, like, I'm that person. I'm going to be at every family gathering. I'm going to eat good. I'm going to enjoy my family. We're going to play some family games, all that stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be posting like some of my family stuff going into the holidays. But so, y'all make sure y'all enjoy yourselves. Be safe. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.